This is how to run Google Ads for HVAC companies in under 10 minutes. Let's go. Okay, so we need to start off in a new campaign here in Google Ads. Click on new campaign and new campaign. We'll choose leads as our objective. I will not go through every single option I choose in this Google Ads campaign setup because that will take way too long. We will use search for our campaign type. We want website visits. That's what we want to grab. And we want our campaign name to be HVAC tutorial. There we go. Click on continue and start a new campaign. And we want to set our conversion tracking or our bidding strategy later after we have set up the Google Ads campaign, because we don't have the manual CPC option as at the time of creating the campaign. We get that option after we have created the campaign. We want to set not be checked off on any of these networks. We only want to be displayed on the search network. And we want to enter another location. In there, we want to choose advanced search. And we want to use if you just search for Omaha, let's say we are based in Omaha, you can click on include. What we want to do is we don't want to be included for all of Omaha. We want to be included in all the areas we want to basically serve or have our Google Ads displayed in. So you can just include all those areas. You have the zip code areas in here. If you just click on some of these areas, you'll be able to include them. And then you want to include all areas you want to have your ads shown up in. So let's just say we want to have our ads shown up in these places right here. There we go. And this one. So what we can do now, after we've done that, we want to create a perimeter around that area where we basically have a excluded area, because we want to have a strict area where we show our Google Ads. So you can just exclude all those areas. And once you've done that around all the area, you can click on save. And then we want to have our language to English. We want to not use broad match keywords. And there's one more setting that is super important, that is ad schedule, which we want to set to whenever we are in office, whenever we are able to take calls, etc. from Google Ads. So just set that to whenever you are available. We also like to do campaigns for overnight and also on the weekends, separate from the daytime campaign, because we have different, basically, the service businesses can charge their clients more on those times. It's more emergency customers that call. So for the final URL, we will not be pasting that in right now. We want to add our keywords later. Again, we want to add our keywords later. So you can just skip that for now, and we will add our final URL in here. This is where people are being sent once they click on your ad. So this is super important that this is your URL where you have your landing page, not your website, but your landing page. And you want the display path. This is only what's being displayed to show what, to explain to people where they are being routed once they click on your ad. So just say HVAC Omaha, for instance, and then you can move on to the headlines, where I will just paste in some headlines I know work for HVAC companies. So I just added some headlines I know work for HVAC companies. You can look at these and maybe put them in yourself in your own Google Ads account. For the descriptions, these are not too important, but the important thing is that they are long, that you use most of the 90 characters you are able to use. So for now, I'll just paste in some descriptions here as well, and I will be back in 2 seconds. There we go. Now I added some descriptions that we know work for HVAC companies, and they are just, as you can see, they take up almost all of the 90 characters and make our ads larger, so they are displayed. So the user basically sees them more than the other ads. Then you want to basically connect to your Google business profile, so you can get access to both the business name and logos. And for the site links, there are 3 site links that are super important that we're going to add. Site links are these links just underneath your ad right here. So people want to see what your prices are. So let's say your prices are under final URL or your URL / prices. And then the next site link that is super important is services. So you want to paste that. So let's say you have this under services. There we go. And the last one is service areas. Service areas. And let's say that is under service areas. There we go. And we can click on create. And the callouts are not super important. You can do those like call us today, best bun company in Omaha, etc., etc. But the one more asset type that is super important is calls. So people can just call you straight from the ad. This is super nice to have. So you need to add that. Add your own phone number by clicking new call and add your phone number. I'll just use this generic one and click on apply. And then we can move on because we are done with our ad setup. And our budget, I'll just set this to 1 for now. We can click on next. And as you see, we need to add some keywords before Google let us actually publish our campaign. So let's just add a keyword. Let's just say heating, and we will move on. I will do this better, but just to move on. Here we go. Click on publish campaign. And Google says our ads will go live after 1 to 2 business days, but actually it only takes 1 to 2 hours, which is our experience with that. And they also want us to set up conversion tracking, something we will not do in this video. That would take way too long time. And what we want to do after we have set up the campaign, as we want to come over to the campaign. Now I want to set the bidding strategy, as I said earlier. So what we need to do is we need to click on the campaign we just made, which was HVAC tutorial. And then we want to find the bidding strategy. Click on bidding, change bid strategy, or select a bid strategy directly. And we need to save that, set that to manual CPC, and then click on save. After we've done that, we need to head over to a tool in tools and planning and in keyword planner. And we need to click on discover new keywords. And then we need to set this to, you need to make keywords for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. But for now, we just search for heating, and we want to include the area we want to be displayed for. So we can see what the prices are for the top of page bid there. So I'll just include Omaha. If you do not have enough search area or search volume in your area, just include the all of the United States or your state or whatever. I'll set my language to English. There we go. Then we can click on search. As I said, you need to do this for both ventilation and air conditioning as well. But for now, we'll just add some of these keywords which are looking good. Heating, of course. Tankless water heater, if you do that. Water heater replacement, underfloor heating, furnace repair. If you do furnace repair, you can do that, but I won't add that for now. Heat pump, water heater, etc., etc. You can add all the keywords you would like and then go to the next site, etc. As you can see here on the right-hand side, you see the top of page bid, low range and high range. So inside of this range is where you will be able to basically how much you'll pay for each click on Google. So what you need to do now is you need to click on plan, click on existing campaign and HVAC tutorial or whatever you call your campaign. And we need to set that to the ad group we made in our campaign setup. And then we want to set it to phrase match. And then we want to click on add keywords. Click on confirm. The phrase match is super important because that is basically how closely related the search terms people search for are to your search keywords. So if you have broad match have your keyword set to broad match, if people search for something that is very, very widely related to whatever your keyword is, you will still get shown up, meaning you will just waste a lot more money than you had to. It will be displayed for things that are not really related to people trying to get, pay you for an HVAC job. So move over to campaigns again, and we want to go to ad groups. We need to select our campaign here. HVAC tutorial. We can just call this one, this ad group we can call heating. Click on save. And then in heating, we need to click on heating and we need to set all of our, as you can see here, we have one keyword which we set in the campaign setup, which is in broad match because you see that it doesn't have those signs before and after the keyword. So we need to do, if you have more than one keyword, what the nice thing you can do is actually just select all, click on edit, and then change match types, change all match types, and change this to phrase match, and you can click on apply. That is basically it. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.